We're back with the Lenovo computer for the bedroom. This will be part 2 of the series. We're going to install the Windows, and we're going to have the USB freak show again because I don't remember which USB had the Windows on it. I'm going to say it was this one, so plug this one in, turn this on, seems to be working, and we're going to go into the BIOS and take a look at everything in there first. So we're going to do an F1 to go into the setup utility. Okay, that's fine. And we have a cursor. Interesting. The cursor is totally out of control and not really movable. It's like stuck in the top bar or whatever. That's fine. Alright, so this memory is working. It's got all 16,000 megabytes in there. And the hard disk is registering, that's good. The DVD disk is registering, that's good. 4-core CPU. That was weird. I've never seen a mouse show up in the BIOS on these before. It's really odd. Okay. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to I want to load the defaults. Okay. And now let's see here, the boot sequence. I want the hard drive to be first, so move this up. And the second one should be the CD drive. The third will be the USB. Okay. Again, I want the drive to be first. Okay, that's fine. Okay, keyboardless operation. Don't need that. Power should be power off. No stinking power saving. Smart performance. I think, let's see, this will enter the lower acoustical level. No, I don't care about the noise. Let it be loud, I want it to work good. That's fine. Okay, CPU, tile virtualization, that can be enabled. Okay. And these are all enabled. Okay. Let's see, is the date correct? The date is correct, and so is the time. So the battery's still good. This has been unplugged for a while. Alright. F10, save and exit. Yes. And I think F12 will be our boot options. And into the USB key we go. Okay, it's not this one because this one's missing the operating system. So we gotta redo that one. Let's try this other one. I know one of these three will work because I was able to get it into the other computer. Okay, we're going to do an F12 again. And now it's not showing up. Oh, I'm fixing to go get the daggone CD, because the CD usually works. So adapt to these stupid computers we have now don't have CD drivers. This has the CD in it. Okay, this one is shot. Got one more left. Let's see which one if it'll work. If not, I'll just go get the CD, because we have the CD option on this computer anyways. Okay, here we go. Let's see, is this going to be... Nope, that's not what I want. Okay, so my Windows disk has died for some reason, so I'll go get the CD. A little bit slower, but it just plain works. And I sure do like things that just plain work. Okay, here's our CD. And look at that, it works. Works just fine. So I guess I'll have to remake those USB stick. I know one of those three was the Windows, because I had just used it to put Windows on that, on the computer I put into the studio here. But I guess now it's not working. Oh well. And nothing I can't fix. Windows has finished installing. I didn't record the installation because I needed to use the camera for something else. So let's see if we have drivers on this thing. I don't think so. Actually, we have most of them. Well, there's no video driver, but of course there's no Ethernet either. Okay, so we're going to do what I did last time, and I think this is the Linux drive. I'm going to go into Linux and I'm going to grab the serial number, or not the serial number, the drivers for this machine. Is this... No, this is the Windows installer, which oddly enough is working. So maybe I didn't have the right boot settings. Maybe it's a UEFI versus legacy problem. I guess that is okay then. Okay. Was this the Linux drive then? Yes, this is the Linux drive. Okay. So let's restart this. And I totally forgot to interrupt the startup and to go to the USB. I'm really paying attention today. I pressed it that time, but it didn't seem to take. So we'll try one more time. And now the camera is all blurry. go. That time it took. And put it onto the USB. And let's get this working. It always has those errors. I don't know why. I just ignore them. Seems to work fine anyways. Okay. Let's get into the internet. I hope they don't make me do that survey again. Okay, and the serial number is conveniently on the front here, which is nice. It's right there. So go ahead and type that in. The serial number is MJHEXG. Go. And so we need drivers. Okay, that's great. And we need networking. Now this time it's correct because there's only one file. Looks like this also has backwards compatibility for Windows XP. What's the difference between that's a 32? Is this 64? Yeah, so we'll go with this one, a 64 bits. Oh, duh, it says it right there. Jeez, I gotta go to sleep. I'm not working very well anymore. Okay, so now what I'll do is I'll go into this volume here. Go into my user area and I'll put these into the downloads. I'll save both of them just for future reference. Okay, now we can turn this off and go back into the Windows operating system. And this camera better not I'll get all blurry again. And it just hangs at this point, so I'll have to just turn it off manually and start again. Now granted I haven't used it very much yet, but it doesn't seem like this is any faster than a conventional drive. This doesn't even have Service Pack 1 on it. This has no updates whatsoever. This should be flying. And it's not. I don't know why the time is wrong. Oh, well, that's not going to work without the driver. Okay. I thought, where did I put downloads? Okay. Okay, it looks like the driver went in because this is working now. Yep, the driver is in. So let's grab Service Pack 1. Let's do this first. Oh, this keyboard stinks. Okay, and we want Service Pack 164. And it's writing fast. But again, this is well, not again, I didn't say this yet in this video, but as I said in the other video, the speed, the rotational speed, we're going to see that difference as it's seeking, more so than as it's just writing a continuous file. Because writing a continuous file is easy, even for a 5400 drive. So the question will be, how quickly is this going to install? Oh, that's not even the right thing. That's the disk image. I am not working good anymore. This is what I wanted. Service Pack 1. Good grief. I used to be able to function late at night. I used to stay up till like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Can't do it anymore. Okay, we'll let it go through this. Okay, the Service Pack 1 has installed. Took quite a while. Let's see, do we have a performance rating on here? We do. 5.9. Oh. That's unfortunate. 5.9 is what it usually is with a decent 7200 RPM drive. That's not any better than a regular drive then. Well, at least not according to this benchmark. I don't know how good this benchmark really is, but that's really disappointing. An SSD will be usually 7.5 to 7.9. So I know it does work to some extent, but that stinks. And actually it's not that loud either, so probably there will be no reason to use this over an SSD. If it was louder, I would take the slower speed, but I've got SSD sitting in the cabinet doing nothing. If this isn't that fast and it's not that loud, I'd rather put the SSDs in here. Well, I'm going to finish setting it up, and I'm going to use it for a little while anyways, just because I want to see if it feels faster, because maybe the benchmark isn't the most accurate thing out there. So that'll wrap up this video. I'm going to go through the Windows updates. They're not going to work. I'm going to do a separate video for how to fix that.